Yeah.
Josh, has the new committee order been posted on committees, or are we all acting as?
Did the mayor not provide the
No.
committee sheet? I think he already left.
This meeting, we'll just go ahead and conduct it as the past committee has.
Yeah, I could tell one, but I'm not sure that's appropriate.
Yeah, no, let's just keep it the way it is.
Here's what was back there. If you haven't had that,
Oh.
you have that or not.
Yeah, no, I got
Okay,
that. What I
all right.
didn't
No,
get
no,
was
committee heads
the
themselves.
committee heads.
Oh, gotcha. My bad, sorry.
Okay, so we're going to public safety. Did you have anything, Sergeant Brochet?
No.
Okay. One thing that has come to my attention is we have no policy in place for the police department. If something, if there's a serious incident that the police officer is involved in, such as a shooting or a death or something like that, we have no policy or procedure in place that would allow them to be evaluated. I think that's something we need to address, that if something like that happens, we have a policy that they must be evaluated. So I would like to, here in the next month, have a meeting and, get a policy figured out of what we want to put in that, and then bring it to council for their approval.
Yes, I'll definitely get that something in order. I would like whoever the next police chief is to also have some input before we.
That's fine, but
approve.
depending on how that long it takes.
Yes.
I would like to get that policy in place. We can always amend it if there's something that the new police chief wants to add.
Of course.
Sergeant Brochus, do you know of other departments that have such a thing?
Yes.
Okay, well, it should be something we can probably emulate.
Oh, I could copy and paste most of it, I believe, and make sure that Mr. Brochus here, our acting chief, is okay with that.
Super.
Yeah, it won't be too long.
Okay. Anything else? Bill, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
You have anything?
Oh, no, I'm good. Turn my report in. Everything's good.
Awesome. Any questions for public safety? Okay, we're going to move on. Public Works.
Well, we want to talk about peddlers and solicitors of the new.
Yeah, you don't.
I added that. Did you hand?
Oh, I don't have
one of
it
those?
updated.
No.
I'm sorry.
Nathan gave you one.
Oh, I apologize.
No, it should have been one handed out right now.
I think he did. I didn't find it.
You don't hand them off to everyone?
So I apologize. Okay.
Do we currently have a policy on that?
What, the Green River?
Yeah, you have the email? I've got it now.
Yeah, that
Oh,
email we
okay,
got
yeah. Yes,
I
I
have
got
the wrong one.
is definitely well placed. I'm glad we did. We get them, Eagle Landing, how many of us, 200 or so? So boy, they just come in there with saliva dripping off their mouths, wanting to get you switched over to ABC bill for you or whatever. And I did get caught with one of them, and then I almost got caught with another one. The one I did get caught on was our natural gas bill, Columbia, and then the other one was on our electric, where they want to take over the billing for you and so forth. Fortunately, there was a glitch in the electric. We didn't cross enough T's and dot enough I's. So when they came back to get us to cross T's and dot I's, I sicked the cat on. But it is a problem.
But we have a policy in place, correct?
Yes, I actually have it in the packet here. It's our code basically right here, so council can look at that. But yeah, I think April's still here. But basically, they have to register up here, and then for a certain amount of time, the cost differ, I believe, depending on how long, and then they are allowed to go out.
Do they have anything that they can show the residents that they've registered so that the residents can ask, are you registered with the village to do this? And if not, they can report them.
I know they call up here if they should have registered. Do we give them like a badge?
Yeah, there's a form of identification.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head exactly what it is.
Can we look into something like creating like a lanyard and then putting it on our Facebook page so a resident will know, like, hey, they're wearing this, they've gotten the permit, and if they don't have one and they come to your door, just have it.
Well,
And call and report it.
Yeah, definitely call and report it, yeah. But we could put that information out, take a picture of Mason wearing the lanyard, be like, if you see this,
Everyone anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, we've had two.
They're supposed to wear something that's not clear
residents
what it
so
is.
far.
I don't know, do you know? I don't know what it is. What they're supposed to wear.
To identify who they are.
Yeah, but I'm saying they have to get a permit, so
Right.
make it visible so everyone knows.
I know a lot of places have already completely banned it, soliciting at all. I know Oregon, City of Oregon has already very recently banned all soliciting. And if we were to go that route, we would probably put up street signs stating, hey, no soliciting, just to make sure. In the meantime, obviously I would recommend that residents who don't want to be solicited to put up a no soliciting sticker as the easiest way of hopefully preventing people from knocking on your door.
I have no soliciting on my door now, and dude
They'll
thought I
still
said
know.
no smoking.
Well, that can be a couple things.
Well, we have a couple of, we have some citizens here. What would you all think of a soliciting ban? Ban.
I should believe it happens.
I'm for it.
How does that
What's
affect
the-
the children who
I
go
was
around?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's the only problem I have.
The
with
scouts and all that, I'm sure you can write something in there.
Candy
that says
bars.
it's okay.
We could probably make it something like that.
Yeah, banned is a pretty,
Yeah, and we don't want to prohibit someone's freedom of speech either, religious speech.
I know the village is pretty proud of the book sales. The
Right.
bill always comes up and takes pictures, and you let that.
Yeah, and they should still be obeying the no soliciting signs, but yes, I definitely
But I was
agree.
saying, if you put no soliciting, I mean, that's not allowed to happen.
Well, we can't have a total ban because it's shut down half the stuff at the school.
That's true.
School-related soliciting is okay.
Right.
Scouts, football, and Scouts, football, and school, can't ban them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else you can ban.
I do like the lanyard idea that you know that they've been approved.
Yeah.
Because how many can be like, oh yeah, we did that, like, have,
And they
you
have to,
know?
they may have to turn it in at the end of every shift,
Yeah.
so we can go back to them the next day
Yeah.
and do it again.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah,
And the police department always has a copy of who has a permit, so all you have to do is call dispatch.
Yes.
And we have a copy.
Yeah, you do background checks already,
Correct.
but there's a lot of people who, I think I've caught a few that are just doing it without a permit, or don't know about the permit.
Call
But
police, they
they
wait
write
until
them
after office hours to come
Well,
out.
and-
We're gonna be more strict on that this
That's
year,
the problem.
with or without a ban going.
Well.
You can go something as basic as a sticker that has the date written on it. Because if they don't have to return it,
yeah.
like a lanyard, they could like keep, like just get a visitor sticker, you know what I mean?
hi, my
With the date
name
on
is.
it.
Approved for this date.
Right, like Village of North Baltimore and a date on it.
Like,
That's just.
I can sign off each, or
Yep.
Mason can sign off on each one of them.
With our little town logo, like it's.
Yeah, something that doesn't need to return, something that isn't gonna be
Doesn't have to be
reused.
crazy.
We'll look into it.
Well, and that covers too what he just brought up there.
Yeah, out of Eagle Landing, we have a no soliciting rule through the trailer court itself and everything. It's when we sign our contracts and we buy the property from them and everything, that there's no soliciting. Problem is, when they're not in the office after hours, that's when they come out to solicit. So there's no one to supervise that time. So they just come out on their own and say, okay, no one's gonna get me.
Like that.
And they might be approved by the village, but we aren't working too closely with the trailer park potentially in this regard, so.
We need to
that
talk
too.
to the office, you and I.
All right, let me know, you got my number now, get hold of me and then we'll go.
I need it again, I lost it.
All right, I'll,
Or you call me.
all right, I will.
Yeah, I'll look into a little bit more, talk to Masons in April and see
See.
if we can.
The gentleman in the corner.
Took that from
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
dispatchers.
I think a definition of what a solicitor is might be
Yeah.
something, legal definition. So one person, like you may think that somebody's soliciting, I may say they're not. And so more a clear and black and white definition of what a solicitor actually is. Providing the goods or service or something so everyone knows what it
Yeah,
is.
we have
Good
definitions
point.
already in our code, and those could be outdated too, for all I know.
Do we have a code enforcement officer yet?
We do have a code enforcement officer, this is something he could probably work a little bit with too, yes. I mean, he's already out and about.
I mean, I've had problems for the last year with code enforcement. It just now got addressed in the last few months, but I'm very unhappy with how that went.
Yeah, let's talk more about this after.
Sounds
I
good.
definitely want to get more into it, we can bring out that a little bit, and what happened. Yeah.
All right, is there any other comments on that? Any questions? We're going to move on to Public Works.
I think we're good with the officers.
Pardon me?
The
I've already
officers
asked
still?
them.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
you
they can-
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Josh Long's excuse is his daughter's birthday today, so that's perfect.
We should have picked a different day.
He had his child?
She was very bored.
14 years ago?
Yeah, you should have thought about that. Scheduled that a little better.
We're already made a day for getting the surgery.
Okay.
I don't think we have anything.
Nothing to be discussed right now,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right,
I will give you something. Of course, we don't know who's gonna have this department next time, but we, need to get started on getting that, the shelter closest to the snow hill. Get
Deciding what
quotes
we're
on
doing
that
with that.
thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
been looked at a little bit. Mason and I are.
Good.
That's my idea, I suppose.
and I would also like to see something put in the works this year to take care of the geese. We've
Yes.
got to, I gave a lot of information to Mayor. I don't know if he's had time to look over it, or if he's made a decision, but we need to address that.
Yeah, I was planning to talk about more in like February, maybe March,
That's fine.
along with this maybe potentially hiring a seasonal worker to take care of that responsibility also. That's the future discussion.
Okay. Any questions for Paula?
Well, I have one,
Yeah.
while we're at the Snow Hill. We discussed at one point, removing the light, which
That's
close to the Snow Hill.
Oh,
Where are we at on that? Are we working on getting that removed?
Or relocated?
I know they
Or does that even,
disconnected
that
the
thing even
power.
alive still?
Well, I think when they dug in for the Snow Hill, the driveway for the Snow Hill, they hit the line, what was going over to the Lions building. What provided the power to that light. I'm pretty sure there wasn't no power to it, but
I'll look into that more. I know we've only touched upon this briefly before, so I gotta make sure.
I mean, I know
can't
it's
think
a
of the
safety
law.
thing, because I mean, I've
Right.
watched the kids come down the hill and.
Yeah, maybe somebody adding more.
Isn't that half the fun, just barely getting missing?
Well, Grassy Hill.
Remember
used to be
Grassy
fun.
Hill?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I think we could give Mason a screwdriver, have him go out there and see if he gets shot.
On pole.
Any other questions or discussion for Public Works? All right, we're gonna move on to Public Utilities.
I don't have anything unless you guys do.
I just want to make sure council is aware that RCAP training is required by 50% or more of council. So we can stay eligible for principal forgiveness eligibility as part of the lead service line WSRLA nomination.
I nominate all those three.
Yes. In solidarity, I was not required to, but I did take the 3 hours of training. I didn't have to, but I did it because I knew you guys were also going to struggle and ask me for and be mad about it because I was.
So you're saying half of us need to do it?
Half of you need to do it, yes.
Anyone want to
Is
volunteer?
it just online?
Yes.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I already sent the email like 2 weeks ago or
I'll
so.
do
I'll
I
do
can
it.
send it again if need be, but
Yeah,
just
I'll do it.
I'll need 3, so we'll nominate Dave for that too. Sound good? Everyone just tell Dave he has to do it.
Yeah. okay.
Put that in the notes.
All right. Any
Quick
other-
second.
Oh.
Okay, down the street from me, towards the county,
Township
the
building?
township building, okay. What are those
Uh,
flags? Is it lead service flag? Why are there flags everywhere? In the
And
yard?
that's probably for.
Frontier.
Frontier.
Okay.
It's for oops tickets, so we go out and mark our utilities, so
Yeah.
when they put poles in, they don't hit our utilities. So that's more than likely what all those flags are.
Okay.
Is for that.
Frontier cut a Frontier line in my front yard. I found that pretty,
Yeah, and I
pretty
was like,
entertaining.
everybody's asking, like.
They cut their own
What
line,
are you
I
doing?
don't know what they're doing, but I knew it was Frontier.
Yeah. Is that probably also what's in the front of the funeral home, or is that just the dead
Yeah,
body?
that's,
They're everywhere.
they're everywhere.
Yeah, I heard Brian.
They're
doing more digging
everywhere.
than they initially
It just,
told me.
it looks like like they marked off a grave in front of the funeral home. It does, certified, look, there's flags, and it's like the size of a, yeah, okay.
All right. Any other questions for Public Utilities? All right, we're going to move on. Personal policy and ordinance review. Looks like we've got several things here to do. The event policy.
Yes, event policies, we talked about a couple times already. Bye, Brian.
Enjoy your tacos.
You ran out of here. Enjoy your tacos. So, I have to do all events permit application. It's 2 pages front and back, right there. That's page 11 and 12 here in the packet. I gave you the new one. And then the special events and festival policy is 13 and 14, and then I'll probably make it smaller so to make sure it's not a 3-page document. But I believe I've addressed everyone's concerns on this from council, and please let me know if there's anything I need to change.
I know I reviewed the DORA. I haven't reviewed the updated event policy. So are you planning on putting these on next Tuesday?
I can, if that's what council wishes.
I'm good with that. Anybody else?
Yep.
So a resolution approving.
I still, I don't
agree.
like the certificate of liability insurance for naming the village of North Baltimore. I mean,
Why not?
who else does that?
Well, the thing
I
is
haven't
it's
found
in place
another.
to help protect our village and the citizens' taxpayers' money that they pay in. It shouldn't cost the entity any more money. I've actually been in situations where I've had to add a town or a village to the insurance. It doesn't cost a dime. But the thing is our attorney has suggested that we do that, and our insurance company has suggested that we do that.
Well, on this, on the all events permit, you have it on here too.
Well, again.
They go hand in hand.
I know, so, like we've talked before, like people who wanna have a party and wanna block off part of the street. I just don't think you can.
You know what?
I don't think
Isn't
you
that
can.
exempt in there? Isn't there wording in the events permit that it can be waived if it's under?
Well, see, I don't think that's fair,
Yes.
right, to, so we could pick and choose of who can do it and who can't.
But if it's a private party on their own, then their homeowner, because you asked that one time about it was off in front of their home. If it's a private party, then it's gonna fall under their insurance. And we can
I mean,
add
that's
that,
still
but
our property, though.
then if we wanna
That's why I
add that,
don't,
we make everybody do it.
Well, then-
Are you like saying like for graduations parties, we shut down Walnut Street
Okay.
and put stuff on Walnut Street?
But are you having, so you are having the party on Walnut Street?
Yes.
Okay.
So by this, you gotta have a $2 million insurance policy to have that party on the street.
Okay.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Okay.
But,
Are you
at-
saying
no,
like
as
it's
of-
too high of an amount, or?
I
Josh,
just-
isn't there a line item in there where it does not require? The one that I
I
read
believe there
before.
is, but I can also definitely add, it's along the lines of the event. If the event is sponsored by the village, a First Amendment demonstration, or otherwise covered under village insurance, and I can probably put if it's a minimal, if I use a Latin even, minimal event of sorts, then the council may document a waiver. So
Right.
council would have that jurisdiction.
Like a private party
Yes.
at their home.
Yes, and council is always determined if a permit is
See, where the
appropriate
problem
anyway.
comes in is when we have a festival or with this DORA, we are opening ourselves up to more liability, the village.
Yeah.
And so we need to protect the village from that. And how we do that is, we have our insurance, but our insurance has required that for like the DORA, that the entities that are serving the alcohol and participating in the DORA, that they are carrying extra insurance, you know, that we're like a rider on there. So
Okay.
they literally call in their insurance company and have us named on there as additionally insured. Like I said, I've done that before. It does not cost any more money to do that. They actually can fax the document right here, so it shouldn't even be anything difficult for them to do.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
So like when the Garden Club did their little festival, would that go under city or would that go under?
Was it on private property or where was it?
It was Main Street.
Well, then,
So that would be $2 million insurance policy you guys need to have.
From
to have.
from the Garden Club.
Yes.
Okay.
What you're saying is, if I wanted to hold a party, that I would have to carry a $2 million
Not as an
On the,
individual.
on The street.
Property.
Let's just
Oh,
say the
okay,
street,
okay, I see
or
what
the
you're
park,
saying. Yeah.
or.
We're not talking about private parties on
Okay,
your own
okay.
property.
Organizations.
Yeah. These are, and it's mainly to protect us, because like I said, we have festivals in town. There's alcohol served at those festivals. We're opening, there are food
We'll get
vendors
hurt.
So
serving
like,
people.
like if I would, let's say I would bring a couple, I'm friends with a biker organization,
Mhm.
and they wanted to hold up on my property.
Like you were doing a poker run and you wanted to close the street down for parking. Okay?
They would have to put the money up for the,
Because they're gonna
Gotcha.
be on public streets.
gotcha.
But you're just
I'm friends with
meeting
it.
there on your
Iron
property,
Coffin.
and then they're leaving. So that's totally different than having a festival where we are having food vendors come in,
Oh,
we're
they
serving
would-
alcohol, we have
Well,
other
the
communities
alcohol,
coming
that'd
in to, there's a lot of people here. And the thing is when that happens, if somebody gets, if we have a food vendor, because our food vendors are required to carry this as well, and name us as additionally insured. And the reason is the food vendor comes in here and gets someone sick from what they're serving.
Right.
They can come back on us.
Gotcha.
So we need that extra protection, to protect the
Sure,
village and to protect
I
the
understand.
taxpayers' money. That's where this is all coming from, is to protect the village.
I understand.
So, I heard three voices. When I say council, I want council's direction. I want at least 3 yeses to put it as a resolution. I think I heard 3, correct? I have 1, 2.
Yes.
I just think it's too inconsistent, because let's just say we don't like the garden club. We could say, or we do like the garden club, but we don't like another club. We could say, oh, you need a certificate, but you don't need a certificate. That's what I'm saying. I think
Then
it's
we
just
may need to put some wording in there
inconsistent,
to-
because you gotta have it laid out where you can't just pick and choose who's gonna do it, right? I mean, like I said, the garden club, somebody might not like the garden club in here or somewhere and say, oh, I don't want you to have that.
You want it more objective.
Or that, yes, I want more consistency of.
Okay, I can look at that a little bit more, get some more discretion, right? That shouldn't be a problem.
These points well taken, though. We've always got to keep ourselves away from litigation if we can.
More objective legal requirements. Okay, I'll do that, make sure that your concern is addressed. And I'll have a resolution ready for next Tuesday.
Now, the purchasing policy, I haven't even looked at that.
What about the
so-
door discussion, or did we cover that?
What, the door?
Yeah.
Well, the door, he's updated it, so make sure you read it and see what it is. Is there any questions on the door that we need to
Yeah,
address?
I don't remember suspending it as a group.
We voted on it last time.
Yeah,
The
I don't
change
understand
and we're
why.
against it. So why is it still an issue?
I don't remember voting on that.
Yeah, I don't
guess
recall
I'd like to see
actual-
the-
Yeah, it died.
It died.
The changes, it's dead.
I think you're referring to the amendment, resolution, or ordinance, I mean.
You said it's suspended.
I agree,
don't-
I don't believe there was any formal suspension of the door.
No.
So
It's
that's-
basically just keep it as is. We weren't changing it.
Well, there were some things that our attorney had wanted us to add to it. Are you gonna discuss that, or did you?
We can, so.
It's on here, let's do that.
So there was a couple things. One, we can make it so, and make it more clear about the door cup being used, and also limit the size of said cup. We can also amend the door ordinance 18-2025, to also include, in the 500 code, general offenses, how if an individual does not follow door rules, or an establishment doesn't follow door rules, there is consequences to that action. And then there's also we can also discuss mandating that all establishments participating into the DORA must name the village as additionally insured on their insurance as part of that. My conversation with our insurance is if we do not do that additionally insured of the establishments, we will be charged additional $1,000 to $2,000 a year, because basically additional liability being taken on the village. In their opinion, unnecessarily, because it should be a very simple thing for the establishments, in their opinion. I'm not saying the establishments have their own thoughts on that. But that is something I have been working on and can put that in front of council. I just didn't know what was due.
Do you have an updated policy then ready or not?
It would be an amendment, it would be an ordinance amending the ordinance 18 that's already in effect currently, technically. Again, where there was no, in my opinion, I don't believe, there was no formal suspension of the DORA. The way it,
that it
yes.
was suspended and then.
No.
It is,
Suspended,
I like to think of it as suspended because there's no way to run it because the rules say you have to have a DORA cup and there are no DORA cups being circulated. Even though I will admit there are several out there with the establishments, they just don't use them. I think they're still waiting on further details, which I appreciate them doing that. But without DORA cup, you can't participate in DORA, and that is how it is currently written anyways.
Is that in any way in opposition to the Ohio Revised Code?
I don't see that being in opposition at all.
Okay, because that's what was,
But Paul might have a different opinion, obviously.
yeah, because we need to check that. If we're fine having the cup, and there's no violation against or no conflict against, violation is probably the wrong word, no conflict with the Ohio Revised Code, my opinion is keep the cup.
Right, we've had this
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah. We already-
No, keep the
we
cup.
already handled all
You gotta
that.
have a cup.
What
Yeah.
we're doing is putting a little bit more, information in there as to what kind of cup. It has to be a clear plastic and 16 ounces.
If council would like to print off copies of the ordinance, draft ordinance, and if council would like, I could put it up for first reading next Tuesday also.
You just email it to us this week, and then I would put it up for a first reading next week.
Agreed.
Is that okay? Is everybody good with that? Perfect.
Is that what
And
it
you're gonna
said?
detail out
Yeah.
size of cup, what needs to be on the cup, and that they need to list us as an additional insured.
Why do we need to regulate the size of cup? I don't get it. I don't get why we.
Why don't we
we're
just,
not-
why don't we just
Somebody
put
could
swimming pools out there with big straws?
Hey,
Okay.
I would say we don't have to, I mean, because if we
Just
already,
saying.
if we already make sure that it's a DORA cup, and DORA cups are only so many ounces, then it doesn't,
But
it's kind of
here's
the point.
the
So
thing,
that's
we
what you're
either,
getting at.
Josh, we either have to say that they have to get the cups from us,
Yes.
but remember, when they were in here, they were like, why can't we get our own cups? If they're going to print their own cups and take our PDF and print their own cups, we need to stipulate what size cup.
So what
They could get a gallon
what I'm
pitcher.
planning is we'll have on our website a DORA section, and they can order them straight off our website.
No, I'm not mad at you, please understand, I'm not mad at you.
Mason will be able,
But
so
we
I
had
take
the
care
cup
of,
last
can take
time.
care of that pretty quickly, I think.
One person at a time, please, talking. So you're gonna put it on there?
Yeah, they'll
Did you
buy it
have
straight off of
questions?
there.
Yeah,
we'll
I
give
do,
it all.
only, I didn't realize we were now concerned about the size of a cup. And I understand, I get it all, I understand all of that. However, people will, in other areas, okay, if you go to Bourbon Street in New Orleans, okay, let's just go there. It stinks, smells like pee and vomit, but let's go there.
Can't wait to go.
Okay, each little club will have like their specialty drink, and they will have their specialty cup, and it'll be like, this green cup is from this. Now, they all have what needs to be on it, but they are all allowed to do what they want. So, like, if you want a 20-ounce Jaeger bomb, I don't know, and this person has,
That sentence?
I don't know another thing other than Jaeger bomb.
That's looking
A
certain.
margarita, okay? So I don't think that we should say you have to have a 12-ounce cup. I don't think the size of the cup matters. To me, the reason behind the cup is so that you know that that was purchased legally and is legally allowed to be on that street.
I could take out, again, I think the size of the cup is a moot point because we already have official DORA cups, but if council in the future wants to, we'll give them flexibility, if they want to have official DORA pitchers, they will be able to do so without changing the ordinance. We could do that route, and I could just reaffirm, or not reaffirm, it's already an ordinance, that you have to have a DORA cup anyway. There's an option options.
Yeah, this size gives me, I don't see
Our
why
police
we would-
department was concerned, I spoke with them when we had the festival. They don't want people walking around with pitchers, we don't need people walking around with pitchers, kegs, barrels,
So,
buckets.
we could do
You could, so right now, you could get a clear bucket, put the logo on it, fill it up with beer, and we'll walk down Main Street. We don't, that's not what we're going for here. Let's
But
have a
can we-
cup, let's have a
but-
size, and say, if you wanna participate in Dora, do it, if you don't, don't.
We
Right.
actually made it larger. It was 12 and we went to 16.
Yeah, 16 is fine.
Okay. Like,
I somehow survived,
But we
I
can do
went and bought
20
a
if you
Dora
wanna have
cup
your
and
20
drank
ounce
beer, and it
shaker
was fine.
I don't even, honestly, I don't even know what that is, but,
It's disgusting.
okay, I'll take your word for that. I don't want everybody to have like an 8-ounce cup,
No.
that they're like, this is expensive.
Not you.
Right, that's why
You know what I
we
mean?
went-
Yeah.
I actually asked what a large beer is.
Yeah.
And it was, 16 ounces, so that's
Okay.
why I asked him to do 16 instead of 12.
And bars are not gonna pour wine, all 12 ounces of wine into a cup.
I just don't see the reasoning by it. I mean, it just
By
leave
the
it
size or-
alone and let them.
Well, for just what Eric just said, as far as.
Okay,
the
but
pictures.
who's gonna do a bucket? I mean, and why would they wanna do a bucket?
Well, the last festival, the mayor and all his friends were
Honest
doing
answer
it.
right there.
No, they had pictures.
Yeah.
They have
Miami
pictures,
with
and we're
natural
trying to
camping
avoid
shit,
that.
right?
There was
I
concerns
would-
with
I
the
would-
police
A bottle
department.
of Jack Daniels.
I don't get what,
I don't
the
have
size of the.
I don't have a problem with pit to pitcher.
Yeah.
What I have a problem is, the rule that we passed was the cup,
Yeah.
Right.
and he broke the rule. And he knows.
Well,
I know, but you're turning this into a witch hunt, and we don't
No,
need to
I'm
be doing a
not.
witch
Let's not
hunt
get
here.
into that.
I'm
This
saying
is talking,
this, if we
this
have a
right
rule-
here.
so we could put something like no.
Why are we
larger
doing
than
this? I
20.
mean, we're not witch hunting here.
I'm not
Gotta
either.
get away
Keep
from
it as
that.
Dora.
What I'm saying is you,
If we're
Move forward.
controlling the Dora cup,
Yeah, I'll
and
stay
they
out
have
of
to buy
that.
it through us, then we don't have to worry about any of this.
Yeah, and again, it gives council flexibility in the future to amend the cup size to 4 ounces or 64 ounces, and that gives them the flexibility, because they are the ones controlling.
I just
the
honestly wanna
officials.
stop talking about it, just pick the size of the cup.
Okay.
If the restaurants wanna order it, and let's be done. Let's, let's
Okay.
try to be,
They had built.
I will have something ready.
let's try to have a little class here.
Okay.
in our town.
Okay, if I may move on.
Yeah.
The purchase policy, so it took a little while to find this. So, 2022-10, which from what I understand from my research and Mason's research, was the latest policy on the purchasing. I think it goes a little too much in detail on procedure, when it should be handled separately. But, under 5,000, department heads have discretion. Over 5,000, up to whatever the competitive bidding is, which 2026 is 79,000 approximately. They need 3 quotes, and if no quotes cannot be obtained, the administrator and if administrator is not available, the mayor has authority to approve of that. So, what has been discussed here before is that there were limits on me. From what I understand from looking at this, and from talking with the mayor, he understands before I even talk to him, the only limit on me is the competitive bidding, which is, again, 79,000. 50,000 that you see in this policy was, in 2022, was the competitive bidding number. It has increased 3% since. Again, 79,000 approximately is 2026. So that's basically my limit. There have been some thoughts about maybe after $30,000 in a contract or whatever, we have to go through resolution. So council, so we'll throw around some ideas with Paul, and whatever you guys, what limits you think should be imposed on myself, who I know it's not just me, but it's a position.
Nothing to do with you, it's just a policy.
Yeah, I probably do too many resolutions trying to make sure council's on board, to be honest.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you. But, any thoughts?
If I may, I'd be interested to see what council's view is on whether you want to keep the purchasing policy and procedures as one document or essentially split them in 2. I think that's kind of what Josh is referencing. I mean, I personally like it in one because We're only looking at one document that regulates both, but I'm kind of curious to see.
But procedures change, and council shouldn't need to change this every year because you and I have different things happening internally that make things, changes need to be made. This could be a more living document where instead of 50,000, we just put some long lines of 731.14 competitive bidding. Follow that. That is when you have to go through that process. Again, I think the procedures just elongates this for no reason, confuses everything, and that can be
Yeah,
removed.
like I said, I was kind of wanted to see what council thought on it. You know, if they see a reason to split it into two or not, so.
Why is your reasoning you want to split it into two again?
So, I have actually written down somewhere, but, so procedures, every time, what that means is every time a procedure changes, we have to go through council to amend it, and that's something that's non-substantive. The overall the essence of the purchase policy is still in effect. The ability, getting to that point, you don't do that for everything else, the ability of getting to that point should not be managed so inflexibly. I think that the people who do it, in most cases would be Matt, should be able to handle it in a way that is efficient and appropriate, and in coordination with the mayor and myself.
Are you saying with policy changes?
With the procedures of policy.
So not actually policy changes, but just how you
Just the
execute it?
procedures, yes.
And that would be done if you did it with two policies? Or if you had created two policies, or are you saying that there would be one that you would change procedures without council approval?
An amendment to the purchase policy would just show the meat and potatoes. It wouldn't go through the procedure of how we got there, how we're getting there, as is most legislation. Probably
Thoughts, anybody's thoughts?
What do you think, Jim? You've had overseen.
I haven't done.
What's your thoughts?
And Matt, you like it all together?
Yeah.
I've given some thought, but not like, really didn't, you know, I just didn't,
You mean the limit?
without giving it much
Yeah,
thought,
there's
I just-
a threshold.
my initial thought is why
Would your
split
number
it
be
into two, and I just,
30,000,
I'm just trying to search for why, you know?
Well,
I'm not saying that it
I mean,
is
for
we have
everybody,
a-
but
we have
don't
know why we
a
would.
department heads and-
You're still
I mean, all the information is right there. Why did you want to?
Is that what you're-
yes, I mean, department heads will still have to go through council if we set the policy limit, that cost, the limit at 40,000 per se. At 40,000, you have to go through council for a resolution to go into agreement with this company to clean the water towers.
Right.
Me, 40,000 is a lot of money.
We did that
But I think
because, like,
They would come to council all the
ORC.
time.
going through, you know,
Right.
a rogue, you know, if we had a
Remember,
rogue
like-
administrator who would just
That's
spend,
one
That's my understanding you have in the past.
yes, we have.
Anyways.
And I'd just like to make sure that we're, you know, all checks are checked and we're.
I'll keep talking about this with Paul a little bit, make sure I get input from council, and go from there. I already have some drafts written up. I still think they're ready for viewing just yet, for further discussion, but I will go into it more and come with some more ideas and see what council decides. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion on the purchase policy? All right, any questions for personal policy and ordinance? Going to move on to finance and technology. Tim?
The only thing I really had is just, I mean, does this body want to support a festival? I mean, I know we pulled money back from the mayor's fund or whatever. I mean, are we
Oh, I
telling the
believe-
people that we're not supporting? That's where I think we need to get to a point of,
No, I think this body would welcome a donation to the festival, just like we do with the baseball team or, you know, any other event that comes to us. I mean, They just need to come to us and ask us for a donation, and then there's some checks and balances that I believe they have to make sure if we're donating to someone. Did you tell me that they have to have a checking account and?
Yeah, from what I understand from conversations with, their attorney, the money would go through their bank account. It wouldn't be used to pay their bills directly. And I think that would be the best way going forward, and from my understanding, the conversation with our legal counsel also.
Where this would be a donation to them, like last year we appropriated it and basically the village put on that festival. Now, this committee that they have, or.
Well, I
they
just
will
know
not-
it's kind of like, it sounded like to some residents that it was more of, we didn't want to support the
I don't
festival.
think anybody
No,
ever-
I just wanted to clear it up. It was,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we're all in favor of supporting the festival for the town. It's just how we, instead of appropriating the money, we're going to donate the money.
yeah.
So, yep. Any other questions? Or did you have anything else that you wanted to? Okay, any questions for Tim on finance and technology? Going to move on to economic and community development.
Nothing to report?
Has anybody put any more thought into what Pam brought to us? I mean, it's January now, and it was supposed to be like every month, something was gonna happen, and she asked us for help, and I don't know that we've given her any.
Maybe we should have a meeting this month to see what we can come up with and
Get
and
Pam
when,
to see
and
what-
yep. and see
I'm
if she'll
sorry,
come and join us, see
Paula,
what-
clarify. She brought to us regarding,
The 250th celebration, and then the
That's part of
150th of North Baltimore.
celebration stuff?
But
That's part of the
there was
celebration stuff?
some funding that was available that she didn't know if we could still get. But like January, she wanted to highlight patents that came from North Baltimore. She had a whole, January was this, and February was this, and
patents?
patents, like a patent.
Yeah, like somebody who's invented something
Yeah,
and got a
okay.
patent.
So maybe we can see if
Yeah,
next
let me
week
reach
we
back
can,
out to
yeah,
you.
let's see if we can reach out and as many of the council members that can come and put our heads together and see what we can come up with. So-
Would it be, this is a question, not a suggestion, would it be acceptable to have her come talk to us next week?
Sure,
I-
you did.
She already did, but I'm sure I can ask her to come back and.
Just
I
a
would
meeting
rather-
just for that, we're brainstorming and
Right,
getting
so
stuff
just for a
going.
meeting.
Yeah.
Like a 4:30 meeting. Was that
Oh,
time work for
okay.
you, 4:30?
Yeah.
Does 4:30 work for you on a date? Okay, so we'll get with her, see what date works out. We'll send a text out to everybody and see if you can make it, and then we'll have to have you post it because it'll be a committee meeting.
Okay, it does remind me too, next Tuesday at 5:30 for a council meeting, the Wood County Health Department is coming to present their active transportation plan with us. And so very early on, but they're looking again with Tool Design, who has been with us for the walk-in audit and the bike audit, and has done a lot of work for it, with Baltimore.
Okay.
So they're going to present and give us some insight on what's going on with that.
Sounds good. Any other questions for Bill? All right, we're going to move on. Josh, did you have anything for us?
Mason just told me that Pam will be around next Tuesday, you said, to take photos.
Her original plan was she wanted to get a photo of council for the anniversary this year. I believe she said she was going to do that first regular meeting of the year. I can check in with her and see if that's still her plan or not, so.
Okay.
Maybe she'd be available at 4:30.
Yeah, can you
Ask her
see if
about
she
that.
can come at like 4:30?
To have a meeting with us to discuss some sort of.
How we can help her.
Yeah.
I think I've already pretty much made it his position as America 250 North Baltimore director or something. So, there you go.
All right, so you'll let us know on next Tuesday if we're getting together at 4:30, and then you'll post that for us if need be. Anything else, Josh?
No, I said 4:30 next Tuesday, and that would technically be a community development committee meeting?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
I think it's appropriate to, when you advertise that, if there's, to let people know the same way you communicate through the Facebook page, if people in the community want to be a part of that. There might be people that are passionate about the 250 stuff. They might wanna help out.
And the 150.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, those are always public meetings whenever we
Yeah.
get together, so.
But kind of like especially calling out, like looking for people who want to get involved, like to come to that meeting to specifically talk about that.
Great idea. Okay, anything else, Josh?
No, that's it from me, and,
Any questions for Josh? Okay, we're gonna move on to fiscal officer, Matt. What do you have for us?
Anything real new, just always a really busy time of the year, trying to close out the books, which you don't really fully do, at least till February, but always tricky. What year am I in? You log in, whether it's 2025 or 26, but everything's going pretty well there. Still working on Mayor's Court. We were able to, the salesman, Mark Van Hoos, was able to get them to extend our old software CMI. It was like, this was through emails and actually a couple phone calls. It was like, hey, we need to close out 2025. And then he was like, oh yeah, we can get you an extension, at least 2 weeks if you need to, maybe into January. So, that was good news. It's a lot, heard some of that talk, throughout, like, what do we do as far as the transition? So, keep working on that. That's more April and Chloe, but, I guess I'm there as much as anything. Like, I'm still learning a lot about Mayor's Court, all the time. So, other than that, that's just where we're at. Just, like I said, just really busy. You guys submit your year-end things. So you name the entity. There's a laundry list of things you got to do. So, other than that, see any questions if you have any.
All right. Is that all you have for us?
Yep.
Okay, any questions for Matt? All right, Mayor's not here. Any questions for the Mayor? All right, do we have any questions from the audience? Anybody got anything that they want to comment on? I'm sorry.
A couple of you over here.
No, absolutely. We're going to adjourn this meeting.